I wasn't going to comment on this because I think the whole thing is pretty stupid, especially in the way that it's being presented, because it's all just kind of amounting to just like dick riding for Ronnie Radke. But, sure. Let's talk about laptops and music. Now, for those who don't know, recently Falling in Reverse had dropped off a festival because their laptops they need to do their live performance were misplaced, stolen. I don't know what the details of it were, but the laptops played a significant enough role that they couldn't go on and do a live performance at the show, so they bailed. And then Eddie Trunk, radio personality, he chimed in saying that like real bands can play their instruments and put on a show with or without laptops. And then, of course, Ronnie chimed in, told him to go fuck himself and like usual Ronnie shit. And then somehow Sebastian Bach got roped into it as well. And then they were exchanging threats back and forth on Twitter. I think Sebastian Bach's a clown too, but yeah, I digress. The general consensus that I've been seeing from people online is that the laptops are serving a purpose for putting on the show, that people are going to the show to be entertained. And without the laptops, the show's not going to be what it's supposed to be. And obviously, there's lots of bands out there that are using samples and that are triggering different aspects of the individual instruments that are being played on the stage utilizing laptops. I know all about that. But when it gets to the point where you can't play a show without the utilization of a laptop, you have to ask yourself one of two questions. First question I would ask is, can we bypass this situation from happening in the future by simply hiring a keyboard player who can install these samples and all these different parameters that we need into their keyboard that's a physical instrument that's on the stage and yeah, have to pay an additional member, but never have to worry about laptops crashing or being misplaced. Or you have to ask yourself if there's a way that you can rework the songs so that there's a possibility of playing a show if and when some sort of thing falls through as a resource. And Ronnie's retort to the whole thing was to bring up instances where Sebastian Bach and other artists have utilized audio as a playback for their entrance music or for exit music or things of that nature, rather than being in the position of replacing a physical additional member of the band. And I'm not being a Ronnie hater when I say this. Those two things are not the same. Like, does anyone remember when Jay-Z did MTV's Unplugged with a live band? Or Snarky Puppy? All the music and sounds that you're hearing from them are coming from people playing instruments. So I don't know why it seems like it's an impossible thing to do. Or even Polyphia, for example. They have additional audio that's playing while they're playing through their songs, but you can bet that the majority of the people that are going out to their shows when they play live, they're not going there for a show. They're going there to see Scotty LePage and Tim Henson play guitar in a real live setting and seeing if what they can do on an album is what they can actually do in a live setting. Because technically it's just that ridiculous that you have to go and see it. That's what concerts used to be. And yeah, I think it also offers commentary on the state of music in modern society, because it seems that people are going out to concerts not with that purpose in mind, but more so for a show, a sort of recreational thing, which like, yeah, sure, it should be a good time to go to a music festival. But if you're just going there to see these people and you're not really concerned about whether or not they're actually playing their instruments, then like, aren't you just spending a lot of money to listen to a recording? Like, I don't know, man. I'm not completely consumer brained yet. I'm getting close, but I'm not there yet. I still can appreciate when a band can go out and put on a show and not have to have like a bunch of frills attached to what they're doing. And I also think as an artist, it's irresponsible to put so much responsibility on a piece of technology that can easily be misplaced. I also think it's ridiculous that a bunch of grown-ass men are like bitching at each other and threatening each other on Twitter. But, you know, whatever. I've already gotten in trouble before for mentioning Ronnie in a video, so I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. Get a keyboard player. Okay, that's all I got.